welcome to Turn Right Machine Works. My name is Keith, and today we're going to be starting the 7th episode of What's in Your Box, the giveaway. Now this has been sitting here since before I went to visit my dad in California. And before I get started here, I just wanted to drop, so far he's maintaining pretty good. I haven't heard the latest of yesterday or the day before, but I have an understanding with my stepmom, Joni. She's you know, no news is good news, but the last report was that he had come out of his second surgery. Father's Day, he had to go in and they had to drill a hole in his head and put a tube in there to relieve some fluids in there and see if maybe getting that pressure off, he might have some straighter thinking. And I want to say thank you for all your prayers and your best wishes and everything else. Now, we got to get through this. One, everybody's dying. You know, there's a lot of contributions that have been sent in for the box, and there's a lot of people out there that want to see what's going in the box, and we're going to progress on with this project. I have a main objective, and that's to get my workbench free, because we have other projects that are going to be coming in, and I know you know, some people when I come in with the what's in your box video there, I'm not really showing some work and people want to see. I want to get back into that work and atmosphere as well. But we can't let this just go stale. And so I'm going to go ahead and do some shuffling around, and I'm going to open up the box here and we're going to go through. Now I'm going to be doing things just a little bit different. We're gonna go through and we're gonna go through the tools a little bit faster, but I'll still have still shots and names put on the blog site for the tools. And to view the nominees, which have got to be nominations that are sent in to yougotmybox@gmail.com stating I nominate John Doe, or I nominate myself. It's got to be a statement, and it's got to be a email letter, and you know, to compete with the other nominations there, I would take a look at Andre's, Toby's, and oh, I knew that would happen. And Charlie's. All right. Because I've had some people that go, hey, I would like you to nominate me, and I don't do any of the nominations. All right, so but anyway, on the blog site I'm going to be putting up the pages. Also, I have a couple new updates for I think I got one for Toby, and I got another one there for Mark. Because they've sent me more information, and I'm going to add it to their blog page. All right, that's what this is all about. All right, now this is only the first step in your nomination, and that's to get up on and have your own page, and people get to know you and where to make judgment on your worthiness. All right. Come November, when we cut the cutoff line for the nominations period, we will open up to the cast of judges that I have picked out already, and those judges will be notified, and they will vote a collection out of the pool that is in my blog site, and those entries will have been voted worthy contestants for the giveaway, and they will be put into a container, and then my wife Vanessa will draw winners from that collection. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and get some things shuffled around here so we can get the camera in at a little different angle, and this is not so cluttered, and we can take a look at one package at a time. All right, this first package, I wanted to lead off with Tony Fitzgerald. Tony sent this in. This came in either the day I did the video, the last Toolbox video or whatever, but it was sitting on the cuff of making it into the last video or making it into this one here. And so I wanted to lead off with Tony's contribution to the box here. And I like some of these guys that, you know, what's in your box. I like that when they're labeled there, because sometimes there's a gift sent to me, or I have a regular UPS package, and I also have a couple friends that just send things here because it's a convenient drop-off for UPS or FedEx or things like that. So anyway, let's go ahead and open up Tony's piece here, and actually I think alright, he put in it, I like that, he put in his little business card here. Tony and Ruth Fitzgerald, 142 Pleasant Avenue, Suex, NB, Canada. Alright, and let's go ahead and see what he's got in here. He's got a Starrett tachometer here. And this is a depth scale holder, and this is a depth foot here, and I'm not sure what size it takes, probably 3/4 inch it looks like. Alright, and a fishtail. This is a good handy tool to have, and you can never have too many tap handles, and I like that. I'm looking down in there, it's got 2 steps in there for the real small squared taps, and also this looks like it opens up to probably, it might grab a 1/4 inch on the top side there. 0 to 1/4 is what it says. Alright, a Starrett micrometer caliper on the box here. Let's see what we got. Very nice. This this is exactly the micrometer that I have on my logo. Very nice. It's a little tight. Number 430, number 436 micrometer. Yeah, a little tension. There is a barrel adjustment in there, and it may even just need a little. We'll see if it loosens up. It may just need a little bit of lubrication. I'll check that out a little bit. I may be able to adjust that, backing off just a little bit on the collet that holds the threads, and let's just go ahead and we're going to see. It's kind of hard to tell because it's a little tight, but it looks like it's about a 1/2 thou tight on the dimension there. Alright, Tony, excellent combination there for the tools for the box. And here's the wrench that it'll need for the adjusting, and the instructions, a little decimal chart, drill tap sizes, and another Starrett wrench in here. Alright, leave all that stuff right in there, and that's wanting to fall right out of the hole there. Alright, and this little cloth here, it's like almost like cheesecloth there. Alright, nice. We'll get a picture of that. Alright, we got photographs and we got everything tagged up here, and I want to thank you, Tony and Ruth Fitzgerald, and we're going to put you guys on over here, and we're going to go ahead, and now we're bringing in these. I'm not bringing them in any order, alright? This one here happens to be Tom Bellis, and enclosed note on this side here And so let's go ahead and see what his notes said here real quick. And I've been watching your videos for about 6 months. Really like the one pouring bearings. Did quite a bit of that myself. Did some machine work over my 40 years as a machinist. I am proud to be able to give a little to an upstart machinist. Sent you a couple of little things that I noticed you take shine to. Hope you get a chuckle out of them. Bellis. And he's in Cabot, Arizona. Excellent. Alright, let's... Alright, this one here is marked with my name on it, and this is marked in here with the toolbox. Alright, one set of drills, 1/16 a half inch by 64th for the toolbox. For the toolbox, there's a little heel bar. We'll go ahead and we'll unwrap these as we go. Alright, and this one here is given to me, and this one here is for the toolbox. As I'm picking up all this stuff, I'm thinking about how much I'm going to be paying for freight here, and that looks like a height gauge base there. Alright, just make sure that we don't have any other junk in here. Very nice packing for how much you had in there and the weight of this kind of stuff there, Tom. Alright, let's get this out of the way for right now. Alright. Now I'm gonna go ahead and I will open up the dues in a real quickie here, but this is all about the toolbox right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and open this up. Alright, now he's got just a little tiny pin in here right now. So this is a base, and it could need a rod and stuff. We'll see if that may be in that collection there. If not, we will be able to add a rod. I have several of them in hand, and alright, small hole gauges, Starrett set. Very nice, got them in here. They're all relaxed. I like to see that. That's a good job there, Tom. And I never seen that, but there's a little tiny pin in there. I do not know. I do not know what the little tiny pin is for. Anyhow, that's excellent. Alright, and there obviously there's got to be a mirror for this, and there's the attachment for the mirror. There's a magnifying glass. We all know, you know, how much we need those. Very nice, and a genuine leather. Here is an assortment of files, taps, scribes, looks like some kind of a punch, a chisel, a couple different chisels in there. Very nice. I like that. The scribe even comes with a screw set there. Little brass tool there, flat on one side, little V on the other side. There's a point in on this one here. Replacement micro glass for another mirror. There's a round mirror, and I think this is like a replacement on there. Set of 1, 2, 3 blocks. Match set, number 3s. Very nice. Alright, now let's see what we got in. You guys' generosity is unbelievable. That is a full set of drill bits from 1/16 to 1/2 inch by 64ths, and they all look brand spanking new, never been used. Unbelievable, nice. Very nice, handy heel bar. Nice set of inside calipers and a nice spring. I like this secondary. This is fine tune right here. This will give you the fine tune adjustments right there. Very nice set. That's a good size to have too. A lot of times you'll have small ones, but having a larger set is very, very handy. Alright, now here is the rest of the hardware. These are actually Master Perfection tools, and same thing. And here's the keeper, so they slide through that way there, and then here's your clamp right there, and your pointer. Totally awesome there, Tom. That's cool. Alright, let's get these laid out and get a picture of these. I dumped everything out that Tom had in the bag here. I'll put it back in there, but you basically had a couple screw together parts for a scribe. Here's a flip lock screwdriver, Phillips and standard. There's some straight pin punches. There was some assortment of taps in here. Little tiny drills in there. This is a diamond nib, hexagon shape. And there's threads on this end as well. So it could fit in a couple different attachments. Some chisels here, some real small ones here. This is a radius bottom chisel here, and another punch that should be over there with that. Some small files, a real small clamp, and of course here was the other pieces here for the height gauge. And I'm not going to bother. They do slip in through this way here, and the height gauge is very nice, and the pins are complete and they're loose and adjustable. Ball on that end, square on this end here. It's a very nice piece of tool. Okay, Tom. You also gave me writer's cramp on noting down all your neat additions to the box here. All right. So we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna set your stuff over to the side here, and I'm probably gonna have to scoot this box back a little bit to keep my room here, and keep my notes square. And all right, let's take a quick look here on what he passed on to me here. Nice little scraper there. Very nice little oil drippler. You can adjust your amount of drips and everything else. Excellent, excellent. Narrow point feeler gauges here. Nice small set here. The little rubber tip that goes on my speed indicator. Couple more scraper tips. These will fit right in. I believe that that same unit that we found in one of the boxes there. Look at this burr here. Now that's a burr. Holy. And it's on a 1/4 inch shank, huh? USA. That ought to hog some stuff off. Extension burr. That's pretty cool. I do have to say I don't own one. Well, I do now, but I didn't own one of those. And there we go. Little number 1 Morris taper with a 1/4 inch drill. Thank you, Tom. See what we got in here. .29/64. And this one here I believe is another 29/64. Yep. Couple long feeler gauges. Very nice. Thanks a lot, Tom. .9/64 drill bits. That's awesome. Actually, this come in handy because I have a lot of 1/8 inch holes to drill for cotter pins. And the same thing here with the 11/64. Is another clearance for the 532 cotter pins. Thank you very much. These 2 items right here actually in Norseman, I'd be glad to try those out. St. Paul, Minnesota. All right. All right, I'll put these in here. That's cool. All right, let's get back on to the giveaway here. All right, our next one here is from Dave Grimble. New Fame, New York. Toolbox giveaway. Two arrows open either end, I guess, huh? got the note here. Keith, thanks again. Here are a few items for the Toolbox giveaway. I know they will. That doesn't sound good. Alright, well, the drive-by was a truck with a bad throw-up bearing, and the other was a phone call, customer picking up a job. Okay, back to this. I know they all will find a good home. Keep up the good work. Dave Grimble. See what he got in here. This is excellent. This is some tooling. I mean, you know, we all go through, and you know, this is nice. The 4 flute end mill, 7/16, high speed steel, 5/8 by 5/8, 2 fluter, Spanish made, Spain, 2 flute 3/8. Detroit Industrial size 1/8, 2 fluter, 3/8 shank, brand new. Alright, so there's an assortment. I'm not going to go through every single one of them, but there's an assortment of end mills. They all look Detroit Industrial tool. Alright, so here's another bag here, and it looks like taps are put in this one here. 5/16, 18. One-inch pipe tap. Three-quarter-inch pipe. You know, these are, you go to buy one of these things, that unbelievable. All right, there's 1/2 inch. There's 1/4, there's 1/8, and here's a 3/8. So here's a complete set of pipe taps from 1/8 to 1 inch. That's great. That's a great contribution to the box here. All right, I'm going to put these. Well, I got to get a picture of these. Alright, Dave, that was great. And that's a great, you know, tools and everything else, but once we get into actually grabbing a hold of the machine and putting in a cutter, and you know, a lot of lathe tools, you can grind a lot of high-speed steel and stuff like that for lathe tool bits, and you can rework a lot of tooling. But when it comes to the mill, sometimes the cutter, you got to send cutters out to be sharpened and stuff if you don't have regrind facilities at your plant or at your own shop there or in your garage. Anyway, and the taps, that's great. That's a great collection. A lot of people have regular taps, but when it comes to putting in pipe sizes, stuff like that, that's great. All right. All right, let's bring in our next one, and this is Gary R. Ford from Ringgold, Georgia. And Toolbox giveaways, wrote right on here. Keith, I've been watching your videos and saw the Toolbox giveaway series. I thought I'd contribute to it. A couple weeks ago I saw a video and you were using Tap Magic. I also use it in the extra thick form. I like it and use it all the time. It is a little sticky and messy, but it works the best I've ever tried in my application. I run a lot of titanium. You made a comment about CNC operators. I've tried to train many operators over the years, and you can't even make a decent part swapper if he does not have basic common sense. The company tries to hire just anyone to swap parts, and they mess up more than they run. I will have a part programmed and running good all day, and they will have the fixture messed up before I get to the car, or they will decide to cut off a skip block and will cut the part in the middle of the vice job body and say, I didn't do anything, and forget about training someone to program, make fixtures, and set up jobs unless they are very good basic machinists first. I am sure you'll agree that you can't make a machinist out of just anyone. They must have the want to learn, or they will never be any good. Sure, the computer makes the part for you. Sure, the computer makes the part, but you have to spell out every step before it will even move. Just my 2 cents. Well, back to the point. If you think that the bottle of Tapmatic and not what you want to place in the toolbox giveaway, then use it. Then you use it. I think you will like when you run a tap into an expensive part and you aren't worried about it breaking. I think it's good stuff. Gary Ford. P.S. I ordered a bottle of this stuff and never saw it, so I ordered it again and again and again, and now I have 5 bottles, so you get one. Ha ha ha. All right. Cool. I'll just have to see what sending liquids over, through the mail, and whatnot. We'll go ahead and we'll put it in there, and I think it's going to be a great ad there, Gary. But there again, I just got to learn. I mean, especially we don't know where the box is going at this time, and rules and regulations to send the fluids through there. But I mean, you sent it in here and I got it fine, so we can go from there. Thank you, Gary. We'll see if that flies. All right, our next one here, pretty hefty here. Turn Right Machine Works, care of Toolbox. All right, Jeff Miller from White Sulphur Springs, West Virginia. Hi Keith, my name is Jeff Miller from White Sulphur Springs, West Virginia. Here are a few odds and ends from around our shop. Hope you like the shop-made punches. The small one is made from a chipped 3/8 tap, and the long one is made from tooling off our strip it sheet metal punch. I also sent a 1/2-inch lathe mandrel. Mr. Pete has a great video on how to use them. I have been machining for about 20 years. I learned everything on the job, no formal training. I also teach CNC programming and machine setup at the local college. So keep up the good work and get some of these young guys in the trade. God bless you and yours, Jeff Miller. P.S. Hope you get a kick out of the small boring bar. It's a .05 minimum bore. We use them to bore small Delrin parts. All right. Nice ball peen. I like a small ball peen here. That's a nice addition to box. Alright, here is a sharp calculator. Very nice. Very handy to have a calculator. Here's a file card. Some throwaway paint brushes. A straight blade. Utility knife. Sounds like Sharpies, alright? Let's see what we got in here. No? Deburring tool. Nice. 1 inch, 3/4, half, 3/8, and 5/16. There's a little notepad. Little depth ruler. Reference table for tap sizes and decimal equivalents. Foot tape measure. Little pencil. Here's some little clamps. These are twist clamps. 2 small ones and a medium one. Alright, here's an edge finder. And I believe this says tap guide, but let's see what we got in here. Yeah, spring-loaded tap guide. These are very handy. I even like them just to do locating or layout. I like that. Alright, I don't know what's in this little box. Okay. This must be the boring bar. That's unbelievable. Not for me. Alright, we got some punches that he's made up. This must be, and here's some high-speed steel tool bits here. And there's a mandrel that he was talking about. And the 2 punches that were made, one out of a tap and one out of the other thing. That's awesome. I'll take those out for a better picture here in a minute. And that sounds like a drill index box. And so is this. Okay, this is a Hewitt. And there's your number drills. And that is a complete set. That's good quality duct tape. Okay, I can see I got this upside down. Okay, 1/16 a half inch drill index box. And there again, that is a complete set. And looks like every one of them is new. There might be a couple that are just lightly used, but everything looks like it still has a good tip and everything else on it. Very nice. And a set of bags if I need a bag. Huh? Alright. Get a couple pictures of that. Alright, I had to get up and I had to slide the toolbox over here because I'm running out of room here already. And Jeff, that is a great contribution. Actually, all it needed was a box. Thank you very much. And we're going to go ahead and slide these on over so we can get on to the next contribution for the box. Or boxes now, I should say. Alright, here's our next box here, and this is from Matt Williams, Avon, Illinois, I believe. IN, that's what it is. I like this here. You have my box. Alright, so this definitely is a lightweight one. Perfect soup can. Lipton's onion soup, probably 25 cents, huh? And acid brushes. Excellent contribution to the box there. This is great. Let's see what you wrote here. Tools for the box. Keith, love your videos. I would like to send some things for the box. It's not a high dollar item like some of the stuff that's been donated, but it seems to be very important tool in your shop. Hope you get a chuckle. I would like to send in is a handful of brushes and an old soup can. I know it's not much, but you don't seem to do much without it. Keith, get her done. Matt Williams. Awesome. Thanks for accepting my donation. The way I see it, it's if can't make a good clean cut, then all those great tools just for show. Thanks again, Matt. There you go. That was great, Matt. Thank you very much. That's a pun, but it's also a very logical thing to put in the box there. Alright, our next one here, Toolbox Giveaway Project from Dave Cornog in Los Angeles, California. Hello Keith, I think that your toolbox giveaway is a fantastic project. Here is a 2-inch to 24-inch pie tape for the box. I am sure you know that a pie tape can measure the average diameter to 1/1000th of an inch. It can be used to measure the inside diameter by adding twice the thickness of the tape material to the reading. It also keeps the veneer scale concept alive. I have been saying for a long time that half of smart is knowing what you are dumb at. That way you can ask questions and view YouTube videos of those that are knowledgeable. I have learned a lot from watching you. Thanks, Dave. Well, thank you very much, Dave. And yeah, pie tape. I have 2 of them, and I have one just like this. And in fact, actually, this I made in the USA pie tape, and it's actually a pie tape, and the calibration and the report and everything else is right in here. That's great. I don't want atmosphere or moisture to get to this before it gets to the owner. I have used a couple of these in my videos, and you can see it's going on. And I think about the note in here that it can be used on the inside by adding twice the thickness of the tape material to the reading. That's pretty good to know there. I didn't know that you could read one inside and outside So I appreciate that very much, David, for that little education right there as well. So that's great. All right, you get a picture of that. All right, next we got a little one here, Timothy Crowder. All right, and it says box giveaway on here, so we definitely know it is for that. And see if we can get into this. Well, yeah, there we go. Hello, Keith. I know we all like shop-made tools. Here's my contribution to the box. I made these carbide scribes for all the young that come to work at the shop and show a real desire for the trade, not just a paycheck. I'm sorry to say that I only had the privilege to give 2 of these in the last 6 years. Good luck with the box, Tim Crowder. Yeah. That's very nice. Got a nice feel to it. That's pretty cool. Little hex. Pretty hefty. Alright, nice. Thank you, Tim. We'll get a picture of that. Alright, that's cool. I think that's like our 3rd homemade tool, maybe 4th homemade tool in the collection so far that we've been since we started this process. Alright, this here is a tool chest giveaway, and just from it looks like DF, Torrington, Wyoming. Alright, there is a couple, actually, we've had a couple people that, said that they would like to donate, but don't need to mention their name or whatever, but I'm going to at least mention where they're coming from. And it doesn't matter if you want to be anonymous and donate something to the giveaway. We're willing to accept it. All right. And we just want to make sure we're not going to be throwing away anything. He did a nice job, nice wrap-up job on that. And this is in nice packaging here, so it made it safe. And this is a nice Starrett outside spring caliper. And so a lot of people, this is the symbol of excellence and precision for a lot of advertisement. I love the feel on this. Starrett always has a nice feel on their spring calipers, and that's a great addition to the box. Thank you very much. And here's the mate to it, and inside. Very nice. Inside and outside spring calipers. Alright, we'll get a nice picture of that. Alright, I just marked those Torrington, Wyoming, just because it was only a 3 initial name or so, and I remember somebody emailed me and said they didn't really want to be mentioned, and that's perfectly fine. Alright, let's go to this next one here, and Phil Burke, Pasco, Washington. Strapping tape. Thanks, Phil. Actually, I remember him now. He actually he sent me a C2 holder. That's why I didn't say toolbox on the outside. Dear Keith, please use the enclosed in good health and continue to get her done. You the man. Cheers and the best wishes for you the coming summer season. Phil Burke. Thank you very much. All right. So we got a CA holder and we got a new green shop cloth rag here. Excellent. All right, here we go. Next box here, and the Cycle Center from Casa Grande, Arizona, and it doesn't say toolbox, but that's what I mean. You know, sometimes I don't know if it is, and I'll hold off. So I mean, even if you send me something that's not for the toolbox, you might want to note that. It is or isn't. And we got a little note in here. Hi Keith, I hope you can use these end mills. They have been in my box since 1980. They came with some of the other mills I purchased. I am 68 years young and was down for a while for the first of the year. I had my knee replaced. To kill time, I found the wonderful world of YouTube. Oh, Mr. Pete and old Keith, haha. I have enjoyed your adventures, and as I have come to own my own shop for 34 years and enjoyed repairing and rebuilding projects. Take care and get her done. Kendall Yumum. Alright, let's see what kind of end mills I got here. Inch and a quarter. Still got the wax on them. It's a Putman Cobalt is what it says on there, and it's got a dimension on a tag there. I can't quite see it, but it also looks like it's radiused end mill on the end there of some kind. That'll be neat to play with. Alright, and here's an inch and a quarter Putman. This one here is for aluminum, and that's definitely handy to have, and I appreciate that very much, Kendall. Thank you. Alright, let's get back to the giveaway here. Alright, I was opening a bunch of boxes because I had a shipment there of my buddy Vince was having some stuff sent in here. So I opened this box, but as soon as I opened it, I went ahead and got in and saw it had an envelope, and I read it, and this is for the giveaway here. Because this basically, it was shipped out from a company, so I wasn't really sure what it was, and it wasn't listed giveaway or anything else here. So let's get in here and read what it says. Keith, enclosed are a number of items for the What's in Your Box giveaway. I thought that the large dial indicator and gooseneck flashlight might find a home at Turn Right Machine Works. The flashlight has a magnetic base and might be useful for videos and is a great item for the field work. Love your videos, George. Faracus? I probably definitely didn't spell that name right or pronounce that name right, but alright, let's see what we got in here. Yeah, there's a nice 12-inch Starrett scale. And hello, baby.
Hey, sweetie, how you doing?
I'm doing alright. Well, there's a large dial indicator. I'll pull out these bags here and then I can set this box on down. Okay, set of Michitoyo verniers. Excellent. Alright, let's see what we got in this little pouch here. Oh, that's an oldie case there. Lufkin rule. And this is a real old radius gauge set. That's awesome. Boy, you can smell old tools. Alright, and see what we got in here. Awesome. I haven't seen one of those. Fowler, huh? Fowler makes that? Okay, like a push button carbide scribe. I would assume that's carbide scribe. And you probably can change the tips and stuff in there. Rico marker, huh? Swiss made. But it's got Fowler's name on it. That's pretty cool. I like that. That's a neat tool. SPI. Okay, these got to be angle gauges. Actually, first time I've laid eyes on those. Starrett flex scale, and you got 32nd, 64ths, and tenths and hundredths on the other side. That's probably my most favorite scale when I didn't leave it laying around. There's some more degrees. You got 70, 60s, 55, 53, 45, 50 or 55 and 60 degree over here. And then your Acme gauges over here. Alright, a Faracus quick burr. And I believe there's some more tips in here. Yep. Very cool. Okay, I'll leave those out for pictures. Drill chuck arbor, straight shank to 33 Jacobs. I don't know what power it is, but 10 glass. Okay, here's another Jacobs. 2 JT, half inch to 2 JT, and 3/4 to 2 JT. Those come in handy. Alright, here we got assortment here. Okay, Lufkin rule, and actually you don't want to leave these closed. Should always just barely lock them, maybe slightly like that. Lufkin rule, little veneer. You got inside and outside lines on that side there. Here's your depth foot here for a small. Alright, so we got another depth scale here, and this is Union tool, orange mass, and a pair of spring calipers inside. Need a little bit of rust removal, and these are Starrett Athol mass. This is another set here. Starrett Athol mass. And a small set of outside. And these are slim, or these have been ground, and these would be really good for root thickness on gear or threads. A feeler gauge set, real nice big letters. You know how hard you usually try to see those. Just a little bit of moisture on those, but nice clean set. Dunlop, made in the U.S. All right, and these last two items there, he was saying it might be handy here. Turn right, and I do like the magnetic base right there. That's pretty cool. Alright, thanks for that. Alright, let's take a look at this indicator. Man, this must be one big indicator. This is just what you need when you get older. One-tenths. Holy cow. We'll give that a shot. Alright, thank you very much, George. We're going to get a picture of the stuff we're going to put in the box here, and I appreciate the flashlight, and we're going to, I'm sure we're going to come across a job we might need that indicator on. That would be great. Alright, I put all of George Chiaras is to pronounce it Chiaras I believe is the F is silent in this name. And I did make an attempt to do the Google translation there so that I could actually see how it is pronounced. And so I want to thank you, George, very much for your contribution to the box there. Greatly appreciated. And thanks for the flashlight. And I'll definitely put that indicator to use there from time to time. All right, we're putting George's stuff over here now, and things are getting tight on space here. In fact, actually, I was sidetracked, and this carbide scribe here, I don't know if that was in Jeff Miller's or David's. Either way, in the video it shows me opening them out of your box there, and I'll go through the videos later on when whatever, and I will make sure that this is put in with the right grouping there. Here we have a new one here. This is from Ronald Norris, Butler, Pennsylvania. It's actually West Sunbury, but the postal reading there gives me the other address there. I am a hobby machinist and welder, having had learned by reading books before the internet, plus making mistakes till I finally succeeded. Some things seem impossible at first and easier after I became more experienced. You share helps many to do it the right way. I wish to show my appreciation for your excellent videos and the What's in Your Box program by sending 2 tools, a precision level and a gauge block set. I feel to keep either for your use or enter into the box contest. Have also included an old book on spark testing which you may find useful. Ron Norris, West Sunbury, Pennsylvania. Thank you, Ron. Let's see what we got here. The art of spark testing. Excellent. Let's go ahead and unload these and offload the box here. Alright, here's a gauge block set. It's pretty nice to be able to set all your standards and everything else to I don't do too much that I actually need gauge blocking to. I can appreciate the set, and this component here, which this is a precision level. Nice finger grips on it, dual direction. Within 5/10 of an inch and 10 inches. Thank you very much, Ron. We'll get your name on those. We'll get close-up pictures of these two items right here, and tentatively heading to go into the box. I better start saving all that packing materials there, huh? Okay, this is the last box in our collection here that's come in since our last video here. And this one here was actually ripped open like this, and I cut the bottom here so that I could peek in here when it first came here. And it says received damaged, and I did receive this, but I took pictures of this, and then I opened it up and got right in here as the mail lady was leaving. And all right, and anyway, I pulled this out and I checked it out already, and it's not damaged. And this is a Starrett precision level, and it's in perfect shape. All right, now this is from Carlos. He says, "Hey Keith, I finally found an item that I don't think anyone has contributed so far. As I told you earlier, I think this toolbox giveaway is a great idea, and I wanted to be able to contribute to it in some small way. As you know, I am new to the machining world, so I was not sure what would make a useful contribution. I hope this is something every starting machinist can use, and that the recipient of your giveaway toolbox puts it to good use. Hope your dad makes a full recovery from his accident. Carlos." Alchemist Liar on YouTube. All right. ALCHEMISTLAIR. Alchemist Liar. All right, thank you, Carlos, and it made it here safe. You know, sometimes, actually, just a suggestion, not mailing stuff to me, but just mailing stuff in general. These mailing cartons that they got here that give you anywhere for the same price or flat rate boxes, they are very, very thin cardboard, and they do rip easy on the corner. I've even ripped one just as filling it up before. I coat everything on the outside with a layer of good packing tape, and it seems to hold and make a big difference there. All right, Carlos, we're going to go ahead and get your name on this, and this is a great tool. And actually, I never noticed that, but there actually is a bubble in the center there. This is a real nice one. And see if is there a number on this here? Number 98. And of course, it has the swivel here so that it gets protected if you don't want to leave that glass open there, especially if you got debris or whatever. And you can calibrate it, and actually sometimes in here, I don't see nothing in here now, but sometimes when they were calibrated, you'd have the sticker on it. And you can also do your adjusting yourself on something that you are verified that is true and level. All right, Carlos, let's see, where's the Sharpie at here. We're going to go ahead and put your name in here. We're going to add this to the rest of them. And, you know, before I opened up that precision level there, we didn't have one. And we definitely didn't have a Starrett in here, but we do now, Carlos. And it is a very, actually any beginning machinist is going to need a precision level. And so many of us don't get a hold of one until, I don't know, how many years before I actually had one. Most companies, when you're working for a company, most companies have one, but it is nice to have your very own, especially if you take care of your tools. It's priceless to actually have your own. There we go. All right. All right, because I don't do too much here, and it's popular in a lot of the areas here. This Toyo metric micrometer, 25 to 50 millimeters, 1 millimeter increments, and it also has the veneer. It's lacking the brake for it, but the ratchet, everything else works perfectly fine. There's a standard in there, the wrench, and I'm going to add this to the giveaway myself. All right, that's a good collection. Let me take and move you on over here. All right, there is our collection that we've gone through in our boxes, and I kept some things in the plastic bags so that they would stay together, and everybody's name is on them, and I got them documented as far as the photos there, and you can look at the tools on my blog site. When you log on there, I will have those in place probably by the time you see this video. If not, it would be shortly thereafter. Alright, that's going to bring a closing to looking at our contributions to the Toolbox giveaway. And don't forget to go to my blog page, and you can find that on my featured channel. You go to About, and my About page will have my sites in there. Sometimes when you're viewing on PCs or laptops and stuff, and you got the link right up in my heading photo on my feature page, but for other devices and handheld devices, you got to go to About page, and in there will be listed blog page, blogs, hats, and shirts, and you click on that, and that'll take you to the blog where you can fully see all the contributing to the box, and all of the nomination to the box are both listed on the blog site. And don't forget, that is also where you can buy the Turn Right hats, which all colors are in stock at this time. We've got plenty of what's in your box t-shirts, short sleeves and long sleeves, and got the awesome Turn Right Machine Works logo on the back. Alright, we just got a new shipment of work shirts in. Turn Right Machine Works logo on the left, Get Her Done on the right. Short sleeved and long sleeved, and we just got a shipment of mediums. Alright, we got all sizes now, but we didn't have mediums before. We do now. Alright, so that, you know, everybody wants to be fitted up right, so it's, you know, I mean, when they're out, and I'll have to reorder, but right now I have a limited supply on hand. And it'll be, you'll notice when you go to buy them, and it'll let you know if it's in stock, if it's not. All right, and if it's not, I will reorder, and within 2 weeks is about the average turnaround time for new inventory when I'm ordering. Okay, so I'm not going to do a one-off to make an order. So anyhow, thank you very much, and let's do more videos. Get her done.